After a great performance in event number 1, we move on to our second event of the day.
Here to tell us all about it is Magnus Ver Magnusson. Magnus, is your specialist subject is this event? Your time starts now. What is it?
This is the monster strong axle press. Basically, athletes get under this axle, lifts it up, puts his hands up, and the biggest weight wins.
How much weight are we talking about here?
I could see something like 200 kilos happening on this one.
As a 4-time former world's strongest man, what was the best you ever performed in this lift?
I did 200 when I was doing it. I didn't need more at that time.
There we have it, the monster strong axle press.
Well, I think any of these athletes would be absolutely delighted if they were to register the 200 kilograms that Magnus Ver Magnusson used to do back in the day. Mark Hunter from Edinburgh, first up in this event, 7th. After that opening event in the Railway Super Yoke, really struggled to get to grips with that, but he said that pressing is a strength, the young man from Edinburgh. 170 kilograms on his first attempt, locks out the legs, locks out the arms, good lift from Mark Hunter on his first attempt. So the athlete's coming thick and fast, and approaching the bar now is the man who won this event in his national competition, Pat O'Dwyer. Very effective presser indeed, currently in 6th place in the competition with 1 event completed. Up onto his shoulders in a jiffy, splits the legs, drives it upwards, locks out the arms, good lift, back safely onto the boxes. Pat O'Dwyer completing 170 kilograms in his first attempt.
Jonathan Kelly.
So the weight remains at 170 kilograms, and here is the defending Irish national champion. 4th position overall after the opening event. He too is a very impressive presser when he's on form, and look at that, very efficient, no bother, up and down, good lift.
UK's strongest man, Ed Hall.
What a reception for the reigning defending 2-time UK strongest man champion, Ed Hall from Stoke, 25 years of age, and a very powerful figure indeed. Wide-legged stance as he puts that thick neck beneath the axle. It's a grip on that really thick barbell, far thicker than you'll see in a regular weightlifting gym, and look at that for a show of strength. Almost appeared effortless at 170 kilograms for Ed Hall.
From Scotland, Mark Hunter.
So 5 kilograms have been added to the total for these athletes. Hunter looked comfortable at 170 kilograms. Now the 27-year-old from Edinburgh attempting 175. Up onto the shoulders. Psyching himself up. Gets composed, then all of his effort. And he gets it. Are the legs still locked out? What do the judges say?
You have plenty of time. You have
No, not a good lift. So all of that energy expended. Mark Hunter still has another attempt. Not allowed to leave the stage, but will have 2 attempts per weight in an effort to get and register a good lift. Second attempt then, having just failed to lock out his arms on the first. Can he summon up the energy required? 175 kilograms, no, nothing left.
A round of applause, going out at 175 kilos, 380 pounds.
Mark, you came agonisingly close there. Take us through that.
Jonathan Kelly.
As you can probably see, I didn't get much leg drive. So if I get high enough, I usually rely on triceps. Managed to lock it, but not get my feet parallel.
From Ireland.
So the weight now increased to 185 kilograms. On this fat Axel barbell, up to the podium in determined mood is Pat O'Dwyer. Made 175 kilos look relatively comfortable, but this, 10 kilograms heavier, a whopping 407 pounds. You see that drive from the legs. The arms are locked out, the legs are still, and it's a good lift for Pat O'Dwyer. Impressive performance at 185 kilos.
Jonathan Kelly.
So to the podium, Jonathan Kelly, who made 175 on the previous weight, look almost effortless. Up onto the shoulders, 185 kilograms the weight. Very little use of the legs and just driven up by the triceps and the shoulders. Really impressive stuff, and appears as though there's more to come from the Irish champion.
Head, hold.
Another athlete who appeared incredibly comfortable at 175 kilograms, Ed Hall. Tremendously powerful throughout the entire body. Strong legs, strong back, tremendous grip as well. Just taking the time to steady himself with that wide-legged stance. Up the bar goes. Moments of composure and focus. And then explosion. And once more. That appeared as comfortable as can possibly be for Ed Hall. Impressive lifting from the reigning champion.
From Ireland, Pat
So the weight increased now, 190 kilograms. And Pat O'Dwyer steps up to the rostrum.
Come on, Pat. Ready? One this.
Encouraged by the officials watching on close by, instructed to lift, and he does so. Drives from the legs and couldn't maintain that lockout. Back it goes over his head, and once the weight has left the podium, the athlete not permitted to attempt it again. But a personal best of 185 kilos for Pat O'Dwyer.
So Pat, personal best for you, but you exited there after. Tell me what happened.
The weight just went too far behind my back. I feel if I had another shot of it, I probably would have got it. It was 10 kg over my base, so like I still got a 5 kg PB, so happy enough with it. Happy enough now, yeah. I'd rather if I'd hit that in 190, but it's not too bad.
So the weight on the Axel remains at 190 kilograms. Here's a man who has expended very little energy on his opening 2 lifts. Very little use of the legs. Tremendous power in the triceps and the shoulders. Still got another attempt. The weight has remained on the podium. 40 seconds remaining on this particular attempt before he would be timed out. Psyching himself up. The weight in position behind the neck. Will he employ more use of the legs this time? But no, it's not to be, but a personal best of 185 kilograms for Johnny Kelly.
So Johnny, it's a PB for you, but couldn't quite make that last weight.
No, 10 kilo PB today, so I'm happy enough, and taking second place in another event. Just do enough to get through the next day.
Yeah, are you? Is that at this stage in the competition? Is that what you're looking for? Qualifying and not pushing yourself?
Yeah, you want to try and save enough energy when you get to the final. Previous years I came here and I've tried too hard in the groups. By the time I got to the final, I just felt a lot flat, no energy. So this year, just try and play a bit smarter.
Good man.
UK.
So the weight remains at 190 kilograms. And if Ed Hall can successfully lift this weight, then he will win this event outright. Remember, he came into the Axel press in 3rd position after the railway super yoke. But he's appeared so strong on his opening 2 lifts of 175 and 185 kilograms. How will he fare here at 190? No athlete has successfully lifted it to this point in the competition. Ed Hall stands alone and then engages in conversation with the crowd and holding it for an inordinate amount of time. Ed Hall with some showmanship, 190 kilograms, a successful lift. Ed Hall is the winner of the monster strong Axel press.
So, Ed, defending champ, new UK record, 1st place, back on track.
Yeah, obviously first event's going to be the worst for me. I've been stuck on a plane for 30 hours, twisted back. So the yoke was never going to be 100% anyway. So any sort of power events now, I'm just going to kill it.
Are we seeing the Ed Hall we're going to see for the rest of the show?
Same techniques as last year. I just want to qualify, get through to the final, take it as easy as I can. Until then, I'm just warming up.
So Ed Hall just warming up, but that was enough to secure victory in the monster-strong Axel press with a really impressive display, 190 kilograms. Pat O'Dwyer and Johnny Kelly, the two Irishmen, tying for second position. And what impact has that had on the overall leaderboard? Well, after 2 events, Ed Hall has jumped to the top of the leaderboard, climbing 2 places, while Tom Shaw has dropped down to second. Johnny Kelly moving into equal second from 4th place.